Good day to you, gentle person. Thank you for joining me as we have a look at Eldor'idle. Eldor'idle. And I have to say, I really love the idea of this game. It is a sort of a mashup between an idle incremental, which I love, and an RPG, which I love. And yes, I believe the developer is Eldor'idle. And bravo, so well done, good job. I like it very, very greatly. It is either appearing on Steam or is about to appear on Steam. Either way, there is a wishlist button. If we have a look at the options, we have a full screen that we can uncheck and recheck to make it full screen. It doesn't seem to have the little thingy down in the corner that itch.io games have, but I like to see that they're kind of taking over that sort of thing with the actual in-game options, because I think that might be a little more flexible to move to different platforms and things like that. If we have a look at the credits, it's the credits, the things that they got some of this stuff from. And I'm really hoping this music, the original soundtrack by Rodolfo Sevilla, is permissible on YouTube, because this is hopefully where you're watching this. Anyway, this is the demo. Obviously, there are some things that are locked in this that will be open in the full game. The full game is currently or is about to be on Steam at some point. Anyway, the link is in the description, the itch.io link. Come and have a look, come and give it a play and see if you like it. You can jump on Steam and wish us the full game. So I'm not going to talk too much about the game. I mean, I've already talked a bit too much about the game, but let's jump in, take a look at it, and we can talk about it while we're playing it. And obviously we're going to just show off some gameplay, get into it a bit, and then show off some critiques afterwards. You are very tired of working for so little pay. The journey seems to take forever. Now I will say there's a bit of an annoying intro because you can't click to continue it, you just have to wait for the timer. In possession of a boat and nothing else, you sail the ocean in search of new opportunities. Faced with humanity's pursuit of power, you become just another, and I don't know what we are, just another of immigrant, I suppose. Anyway, so we don't seem to have an actual avatar of ourselves. We are just this view from above, and we can left mouse click and drag around and look at the screen. We have a little house there. This little sign says content not available in the demo version, so we don't know what's inside that house particularly, which is a little annoying because there's a little combat sign there, so that's a little weapons shop, but this one is available. So we'll be able to unlock that at some point. How do we unlock it, you ask? I will show you in a moment. Anyway, that is the route to the rainy spot. I don't know if we ever get to unlock that. We have a little training dummy that we can click and actually get a coin out of. So we now have a coin. And how do we get more coins? Well, two ways. Firstly is click on various things around the map, like let's say for example these pillars that says an axe, and in that pile of wood we get one, and none of those, and so on. So now we have 2 coins. What are we going to do with the coins? Nothing yet, because our first thing is given to us for free by this person. We can chat to this person here, and they say, "Greetings, visitor." Their name is apparently Quentin, and Quentin has a key earring, which is actually quite cool, and a little choker, which is somewhat emo for a fantasy game, but nevertheless it is nice artwork, it is a good looking character. Let us continue. "Greetings, visitor. I hate to tell you this, but this isn't a good time to visit the city. We've been having problems with robberies around here, and everyone keeps their doors locked. The good news is, if you have some money, I can sell you some keys. Yes, I make the locks myself." So Quentin here will quite helpfully sell us somebody else's access to somebody else's house. It seems to be people are okay with that, so it's something in this realm, but nevertheless he does this. So then he opens up a little buy menu for us, and says, "Hey, how about grabbing a free sample and then coming back later to buy some more?" So yes, quite the little hustler here is our Quentin, locksmith and things. Can I click on the bird? No. Anyway, so what we do is for 0 gold we buy a house key. Opens the door of the house next to the mine, so we can buy that. We have it. The next key, which is the door to the pot shop, will cost us 10 gold, so we can't buy that yet. We only have 2 gold, and we can end the conversation with Quentin. Received a house key A, Access your items using the backpack button or by pressing the I key. Access. Backpack button. Let's close that. Where was our backpack button? Oh, there's the backpack button. Or the I key. We have one key, which is house key A. Gideon and Nora's house, located next to the mine. And we also have relics, which we don't have any of yet. So this I assumed was the mine, and it turned out to be correct because this is Gideon and Nora's house here. So we click on that, we can open it, and we click on it to go inside. And you see in here, we have their nice little house, their bed, nothing on the bed. There's a bedside table that we can ransack a gold coin out of. We have some pictures of them, Gideon and Nora, these two little folk here. Brazilian black coffee, very nice. We've steal a couple more gold coins out of their closet with clothes. And then what we can do is pop the pot. The pot breaks and we get a coin out of it, and then another one spawns somewhere. And that is the core mechanism of the game, is breaking pots for money. Let us have a chat to Gideon and Nora. Gideon says, "Did you come here to retire as well? Because I hope you'll get to work. It's workers we need." If we chat to Nora, she says, "Don't pay him any attention. When he arrived here years ago, he didn't have to lift a finger to work." Anyway, so I gather we are stealing their coins. We'll just kind of keep going until we get 10 coins, because I think that was the cost of the next building. So now we have 10 coins. Now we can leave and we can chat to Quentin again, and we can buy the pot shop key from him. So thank you, Quentin. The next one will be 50, which is the bank key. And I was thinking, oh, okay, so now the pot shop, does that mean they'll have better pots to crack? No, the pot shop is where the idle mechanics come from. And this is the pot shop here. If we have a look at the key, does it tell you where it is? No, it just says Harvey Shop, the pot seller, and we're expected to find this icon and go, that is the pot shop. So we can go in there. And this man is probably wondering why he had no trade, but it's because nobody could get into his house through the door. So this is Harvey. He says, "Welcome, customer. I see you appreciate pots, don't you? Because I am responsible for bringing the most beautiful and refined pots to the city. Did you know you can safely store your savings inside them? You always know exactly where your money is, unlike at the bank." Just look at this catalog. So these are now the upgrades that we can purchase, even though we don't currently have any gold coins, for the various pots that we then click on and then break and get things out of. So we can get better pots, so they appear a bit faster. We can get, this is the one for buying a bit faster. The number of pots that residents acquire. Okay, so this, I think, means that there are more pots in the house, and this is how quickly the pots are replaced. There was a thing somewhere where you got more coins out of the pots. These are wooden pots, which you can get, and I think they're a little bit harder to break, but you do get something potentially better out of them. I can't remember where the more money per pots come from. Maybe it's from the bank. Anyway, we don't have any coins for that, so we're going to leave. We can have a look at his catalog. Cheap pots to break easily. Expensive pots, very durable, save all your resources. So after you buy wooden pots, you can buy stone pots and things like that. Much harder to break, but more coins inside them. I think that's what it is. But there is a way to increase the base level of pots as well. We can't get to his cupboard, so we can't click on it. None of these pots break, unfortunately. Anyway, so once we have coins, we need to return there. And what we need now is 50 coins so we can get into the bank. So let's click on a few more objets de village, and we get a couple of coins there. We can't go into the inn yet, that's locked. Get another coin out of that guy. Let's try these rocks. Oh, 6 gold coins in that rock over there. Wow, we're already up to 9. Can we get some more out of the benches here? Are there any more benches anywhere? What does this say? Welcome to Eldor'idle. Okay, so that's just the welcoming thing. We need apparently 1 billion gold before we go back, so we need to become a wealthy person. Perry the Guardian has a tombstone there. Interesting. Can't do anything with the rain clouds. Can we click on this bird? No. This is more stuff that we don't have access to because it's the demo, and more stuff up here that we don't have access to. It's a demo. Can we get anything out of these rocks? No. There's a bird. Yeah, so there's plenty of stuff here hinted at that we can eventually buy access to, and we'll have, as I'm assuming, assorted RPG elements in them. But we don't have access to them yet. Anyway, we have managed to find 14 coins. So let us hop back into the pot shop. And we can have a look at this man's catalog, and we can buy an increase in pot supply and an increase in speed of replenishing. Right, so in conversation, and then we head back to these poor people's house and nick some more of their money, because now there's 2 pots, and they come back a little bit quicker. We need to work up to 50 gold, so let's keep going just for a little bit. And there's something else we should be getting somewhere along the line, an invitation, which is about as far as I got in my test playing of this. But this is quite peaceful. It's a very, very satisfying little sound when you click on it and it goes chink. I find this is the kind of thing you like to look for, sort of in this is being a clicker game at the moment, because we don't have any idle mechanisms just yet. Oh, there's our invitation. Continue. So if we hop out and let us look at our inventory. Right, invitation. You are discreetly invited to visit my office, designed for minds that have already realized that the business game goes by unwritten rules. Location, next house following the path to the right of the mine. So here's the mine, here's the path. This is the next house. There's also a patch of soft ground there that we could dig in, but we don't have digging abilities just yet. Anyway, oh, so you have an invitation? Come in, please. So we have an invitation to this lad, so let's have a chat with him. Actually, let's click on these. We have just wooden boxes here, some boxes with holes you can hear noise coming from inside. Welcome to the club. If you've made it this far, it's because you've learned the art of getting gold more effectively than most people. So this lad has noticed that we have been getting some gold, possibly by breaking pots, but he doesn't seem to ask. He just says yes, we're good at getting gold. His name is Gale, I guess that's how you pronounce that. What you're lacking now is entrepreneurial spirit. Do you know how entrepreneurs manage to increase their income? They use what they earn to hire employees. And what do we do here? We're an agency with great employees. Simply hire them and then use the city map on the counter to indicate where they should go. I also left the employee manual available on that little table. Assume he means left. It contains some important details you need to know. Shall we begin the negotiation? Right, so we need 30 gold to buy a gnome, our gold hunter gnome. So let's leave that. Then we would click here and tell the gnome where to go, but we don't have any at the moment. And here is the manual. Employee manual. Best way to profit from employees is by keeping an eye on their work. Employees who are not being monitored tend to steal a portion of the company's profits for themselves. Measures can be taken to reduce this loss. Sometimes you might find bandits fleeing with gold. We assume they're friends of the employees trying to steal our hard-earned profits. Nothing we can't handle, though. Define each employee's work location on the map above the counter. They can only work in locations with granted access and that have a demand. Hiring too many employees when there is little demand for work will only lead to idle workforce. So we need to hire, I suppose, 1 employee. I don't know if we can get more than 1 to work in a location. Let's get one more. Right. So we leave. We nip back to this lad. We say we would like to purchase an employee, please. So we now have 1. The next one will cost us 58. I see that there's an increase in the cost there. We've read the manual. And now we click on the map. And we have only 1 location where we can put him. Oh, it looks like we can put 2 there. Or he did say we can deal with employees who steal things. So maybe it's 1 gnome and 1 kind of gnome manager. I don't know. Anyway, So we put him there. Oh, I see, it's a plus and a minus. Okay, I don't know how many we can put there. It doesn't matter. This is sufficient. And as you can see, our coins have already started going up. So if we total off and we have a look at this lad, then he's running around and he's hopping on his little stick to break the pots and getting us money. We can help him out with his glowy eyes, prevent him from stealing the coins. Yeah, we're watching him now, so we're not losing any, but it slows down significantly if we leave the place. So I suppose that's him nicking every second coin or something like that. I don't know. Alright, so let's leave him doing his thing. We can take a quick sort of shifty around to see if there's anything we've missed. Okay, so there's a house we can eventually get access to. Not that one. There's an inn that we can get access to, not that one. This is the bank, I think that is the thing that we're trying to save 50 coins to get into. And then there's a woodcutter's cabin. This place that we can't get access to. This thing at the top of the mine that we can't get access to. That's very interesting. I'd love to know what goes on there. This place that we can. We've got access to that. That's just the gnome cellar. And we don't know what's behind here. That looked like a bit of a person there for a moment. And then this that we don't have access to, some sort of tree house with butterflies around it. Anyway, we are on 41 coins. Well, now that we've had our look around, whoop, 43. Let's hop back in. Give this lad a bit of a help. You can get that one. Alright, we've got 50. Let's leave him to it. Let's nip down here to to this guy. Hello. Give us a bank key, please. And then for 300 we get house key B. Bank key. This is the bank here. Let's hop in, have a look-see. And let's see what this lad has to say. Hubert, he says, that's right, you can make money by making your money work for you. It's a very banker thing to say. Wait, you need other residents to make money? That's strange, but if you make some investments in my bank, I can help you with that. So, what do we have here? We have incomplete money saving tips. So this is how you increase the amount of gold they have in their pots. Investment promotion. There's a money multiplier. I'm not sure what the money multiplier is. And an account maintenance fee. So we can convince this guy to start levying a fee on people so that they stop using the bank and start keeping the money in pots. To his detriment, I suppose, but well, he seems happy with that. We can just wait here while our money slowly goes up thanks to our gnome and just buy our first upgrade here. Listen to the funky bank music. There we go. Thank you, mate. Right, so let's exit, and I think now we are getting roughly 2 coins per pot. Yeah, there's 2 there and 2 there, but only sometimes, so it's not always 2 coins per pot. Yeah. And that's all of the gameplay I'm going to show. I think you can see where it's going to go there. We have upgrades in the pot shop and in the bank and things we can buy. We have gnomes to do the idle work for us, so I can wander off now and just leave this slowly increasing. There's hints at gameplay mechanisms. There's the inn and things like that. There's mysterious structures and things that we can't look at yet because this is just the demo. I think there is a lot of potential in this game to go pretty far. It would be nice if there was a map. So anyway, that is all I'm going to talk about in terms of gameplay. So if you are here watching just for the gameplay, link is in the description, come and play it. Please don't forget to like or dislike if you liked or disliked the video. Don't forget to comment telling me why and anything else you want to tell me. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more indie games reviewed and you're not already a subscriber. I would appreciate it. There's other languages, which are Portuguese. Okay, and there's full screen. All right, so yeah, let's talk about the critiques. Thank you for watching. If you're heading out now, see you in the next video. Critiques. Well, UI. I like the UI. It's got quality of life controls, full screen button, a wish list button, save and quit, which is interesting. All of the good stuff. There wasn't really a tutorial per se, but there was enough introduction to feel that I got into it quite well, quite comfortably. I could see what was going on, where it was taking me, and all of that kind of stuff. I found this guy fairly easily. The cursor changed when I moused over him. I think there could be a little bit more tutorial, but not much, and it was an interesting beginning. I found the clicking on pots to be a little bit slow. Did I click on that bench here? At first, until I found that there were some coins that I could get from clicking on things in the environment around here, while I was just randomly clicking around. So yeah, the beginning of the game might be slightly slow for somebody with a little bit less patience, but nevertheless, it was fine. It was fine. It was absolutely fine. I think it is pretty well balanced, pretty well polished. Sounds very good, very satisfying. The music's a little relentless, but it matches the kind of theme of it. This sort of woodland RPG game theme. I think that works for that. Yeah. And I like their little hidden coins and things like that. I think that was a good element as well to include. The art of the game is very, very pretty. I liked it a lot. I like the characters you talk to. There's just enough anime styling to be quite pleasant. Yeah, good job there for making a good-looking game. And the gameplay is fun. You break the pots, you get the coins. There's the idle incremental mechanism of increasing the value that you get out of the pots to make the coins. It's idle, so you have your little goblins that come in. I mean, he calls them goblins, but they look like gnomes to me. Either way, they go and they do the work for you, and I find it hard to find anything wrong with that. This guy wants 300 for the next one, and then 58 coins for the next gnome, which is, I suppose, is to be expected. Yeah, I don't have much to complain about this. And there's even, I mean, it's an RPG. There's fairly good lore elements. I mean, there could always be more story, especially for an RPG. So I was having discussions with someone in the comments. I get that stories aren't for everyone. Not everybody finds stories interesting or compelling, but I think a lot of players do. And it is easy to add story to the game and just not shove it into people's faces, which is really the trick there, so that the people who want the lore can find it and indulge in it and enjoy it, and the people who don't particularly want the lore, we found some more coins, can ignore it, and that's fine. So yes, add lore to your game, just don't make it relentlessly in the players' faces. Just add stories for players to find if they go looking for story. Yeah, and especially an RPG, you really do need story in an RPG. And really, that's all I have to say about it. I think the game is very, very good, very, very polished. I hope you guys come and play it. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope to see you in the next video. And I'm going to say thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.